everyone, welcome back to our channel.
I'm Anthony.
And I'm Janae, and we are the Spillers.
Today we're going to be talking about a very sensitive topic. Today we're going to be talking about a very popular topic, 10 things to consider before getting married. The first topic on the list, finances. Yeah, I mean everybody gets to looking like, you know what I'm saying?
What did you say? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's check those results.
Yeah.
But for real,
Yeah.
like we put a lot of emphasis on it, I think. But you know, as long as both people have a proper budget, then figure out how to live within the means.
Yes.
Like we can't just be on a Barbara Bush appetite with the.
I don't know. I never heard of it.
You never heard
I hear it. I've heard you can't have champagne taste with beer pocketbook money.
There you go. Okay.
So yeah, like we were talking, I was saying like financial maturity. I think throughout the dating process, and then once you learn that this is the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, okay, by this time you recognize where you guys stand financially.
If both of you or one of you comes to the table with debt, it's
Right.
just realistic. It's just a part of life. Yeah, we don't want that to happen, but it's gonna happen sometimes.
Right. For some people, that might be a red flag. But I feel like in marriage, there's a lot of things that you got to work together to accomplish. And I feel like if one person comes to the table without debt or has cleared up their debt, then that's good. Because then you can show the other person, how you did it.
I feel like finance doesn't have to be something that's a secret.
Right.
Which oftentimes I think it is. Like, you are linking yourself up with someone. You need to understand how you both handle money.
Yeah, it can definitely be scary to talk about our shortcomings. And money is one of those things where, like, you kind of, but you got to disclose it if you're considering marriage.
Right.
Step 2, love language. I feel like you have to recognize how you receive love and how you give love.
Absolutely.
You want to make sure that you're able to show the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with that you love them, and not in a way in which you think is right, but that is right for that person.
Right. Or even the common phrase, "Oh, way to a man's heart is through his stomach." Yo,
Right.
I ain't trying to get fat, so that ain't the way to my heart. Don't just be sitting up here giving me
Right.
cookies and cake and stuff like that. And I'll eat some. Yeah, I like my sweets.
Right.
But fatten me up, no.
Right.
I'm gonna look like. Why
So
you
what
did
is
it?
your love language, babe?
I mean, I like touch, physical touch. That's my love language.
Yeah. What do you say my love language is?
Acts of kindness, acts of service.
Yes. Try to understand your future spouse's love language, so that way you can properly love them.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Number 3, kids. Mm-hmm. Do you have them? Do you want them? Do you not want them? Can you handle kids?
Ooh, yes.
Do you have a good tolerance
For children.
and personality? Because kids are a completely different thing. Like, do you want to have more kids? If you have some, do you want to have kids at all? If you don't want to find yourself in a marriage and you're like, yo, this is great, and one person's like, yo, but I want to have some kids, and you're like, I don't want to have kids at all. That
right.
could severely damage the relationship.
Right.
So get these things up front
And be honest
Yeah.
about it. Be honest.
Yeah.
4 would be family. How important is family to you?
Yeah.
I think I recognize that family is very important to me, and you want to see that hopefully it's just as important to the person that you're going to marry. You want your family to get along with the person that you're going to marry.
Yeah.
I think that's really, really, really important.
And truth be told, recognize that you're marrying somebody, but honestly, you're also marrying their family.
Yep.
Like, you will see moms and dads and brothers and sisters. How do you get along with their family? Do they like you?
Right.
Do you like them?
Right.
Which is great. Sometimes that doesn't always happen.
But I think there has to be a level of respect.
Right, I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely keep in mind you marrying the family.
You marrying the family.
Number 5.
Cohabitating. Going from being single to being married. If you've lived by yourself for quite some time, I don't think you recognize how many things
how used to you are in your own space.
In your own space.
Doing things how you want to do.
Right. Just recognizing, are you willing to share a space with somebody?
Yeah. All the time.
All the time. You're going to wake up.
Wake up.
Hey
there.
How you doing? When you're upset. Yeah.
There.
And I feel like living together brings out things that you wouldn't recognize in yourself when you're single and when you're living by yourself.
Yeah.
And so, you have to really, really consider, are you ready to live with someone?
Realistic expectations.
Yes.
What do we mean by that? A lot of times when we're dating, we have this idea in our head of what the person's supposed to be like, what they're supposed to talk like and sound like, what they're supposed to eat and how they're supposed to dress, what kind of job they're supposed to have, all this other kind of stuff.
Right.
But realistically, you are with an independent, free-forming, thinking person.
Yeah.
And you can't change them.
Nope.
I'm going to say that again. You can't change them.
Nor should you try to.
Right. But recognize the person that you are signing up to marry, not the person that you think they're going to become.
That's so good. That is so good.
You have to love that person for who they are at that moment in time.
Who they are in that moment in time. And I think right now we live in a very social media driven world. There's always hashtag relationship goals, trending. And I feel like a lot of times our expectations are coming from comparing our lives to what we see, in a snapshot, on reality TV or whatever. And I feel like that is just not right. You have to have a realistic expectation for what your marriage is going to be like, what's going to work for the two of you. Religion is number 8 or 7.
If you're a person that's rooted in your faith,
yes,
you need to understand the other person's faith. How do they view God? Because a lot of times religion shapes how we live, how you're going to run your household. Do you talk to God? Do you have any type of relationship with Him at all?
Right.
And does the other person? And are they purely having a relationship with God just because you have one? Or do they have their own independent relationship?
Number 8.
Trust. Do you trust the person? You're going to be sharing your life with them. Not just today, not just the weekend, not just a Saturday as you're going to hang out, or a Sunday, your life with them. I mean, I heard a quote where someone was saying that, it's harder to trust somebody than to love them.
Yeah.
You can love somebody that you don't trust. Trust is the greater emotion or the greater component in the relationship. If you love them but you don't trust them, how can you really proceed? You have to have that trust as the foundation to help support and prop up loving somebody.
Most of us, before we get married, we've dated other people. And if you haven't worked some of those things out, whatever that past heartbreaks or whatever, you will hold the person that you are potentially going to marry accountable for things that they didn't even do. Right.
Next point, compromise. A lot of things or a lot of points in marriage really come down to compromise. You have your way of doing things, they have their way of doing things, but you're going to find some place in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's not always going to be, balanced, but you have to find something that works between the two of you. And we have to figure out how to blend our ways of thinking into one.
Yeah.
Brings us to our last point.
Number 10.
We made it to the end of the list.
We did.
Do you know yourself when we're single or when we're dating before we're married? We've done a lot of stuff which we consider working on ourselves. You have to be prepared to grow and learn with a person. Learn more about yourself as they learn about themselves. I think marriage develops and grows because it's really a start from day one. There's core things about us that won't change.
Right.
But there's other things about us that will as we grow together.
And I think that's very attractive. I think that you want to be with a person who is grounded, who has an understanding of who they are, but also who understands that once you are in a marriage, there's going to be some compromise that has to happen. And now you have to know yourself, but you have to be willing to learn how to be with someone else and make minor adjustments if you need to.
Yeah. Let us know in the comment section, if you like this content, if you found it helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click on the notification bell so that you're notified when we post up new videos. And we will talk to you guys next time.
Bye.